Now, this is one you're going to be extremely excited about. Making its debut on the show, our car maintenance segment. It's going to be happening every Monday. You would want to watch out for this one. So, today on the show, we have Ayo Shofela, who is an automobile technician. Hello, it's great to have you.
Good morning.
Hannah, high five.
High five.
Cool. Okay, so she's going to be talking to us today about basic maintenance tips that owners can use for their cars, right? Basic maintenance tips that everyone can do.
Exactly.
That's it, right? Okay, so let's get straight to it. You're welcome. So, what do we have here? This is the engine of a car and all that. How do we start? Basic maintenance tips.
Okay, for today we're going to be doing 5 tips.
Okay, 5
We're
tips.
looking at 5 things in this engine that every car owner can do very early in the morning before they set out to work.
Okay.
And the first thing is the battery. We have
First
the
thing is
battery,
the battery.
over here. Yes.
Now, is it because the battery is the most important, or it's just what you just choose to start with?
I just choose to start with
Okay,
it because
alright,
it
good.
plays a very vital role.
Vital role, alright,
Without
good.
the battery, you can't start your car in the morning.
Okay.
So it plays a very vital role. Now, most cars, Japanese cars, would carry their battery where you're seeing it here.
By the right
It's
side
very
here.
accessible here.
Okay.
Now, German cars, on the other hand, might have it in the trunk, which is the boot. So you might not be able to access that. But for a very common car like this, you would always easily access it here. Now, things you need to look out for, the terminals. You have the negative terminal, the positive terminal.
Okay.
Those 2 terminals, you need to make sure that they are not loose. If at any point in time the terminals are loose, you could get into a gallop or a pothole and it
then,
just comes
they,
off.
They come off.
That's going to cause the car to start behaving haywire.
All right.
Then another thing is you need to make sure there's no corrosion around the tips of the
Around it.
battery.
Okay, so how if there is corrosion, do you take
You
it out?
can
Do you
use
scrape it out or
baking
something?
soda.
Okay.
Just make a paste with a toothbrush and
Okay.
just clean it up.
If you have corrosion,
if you have corrosion
at the
there.
terminal. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Once
cool.
you've done that, get grease and then just cover it. That will prevent corrosion.
That,
from
okay, so
building
that's for
up.
the battery.
That's
Okay,
for
so
the battery.
let's move on to the next one.
Next thing is your engine oil.
Engine oil.
Yes.
Engine oil. Okay, good.
People, I would always tell people that engine oil, no matter how expensive it is, it cannot be as expensive as your engine. So you should
True
always make sure that you check your engine oil. There are
Okay.
times when you have a dipstick
Your
here.
dipstick, yeah, of course.
So you just pull it out when the engine is cold, and
Okay.
you have 2 marks here. You
Now,
have
okay, but now there are some dipsticks. They have different ways of gauging. I know there are some that have sharp ends.
Yes.
Different ways.
Any which way, you would
Yeah.
always have 2.
Okay.
The lower one
lower
marks
one.
the cold region. That's
Okay.
when the engine is cold.
Okay.
And also it shows you that it's low. That's the lowest level.
Okay.
And then this top one is for the full level.
Maximum.
Maximum, yeah.
It shouldn't exceed that.
It shouldn't exceed it. It shouldn't be below it.
Okay. All
If
right.
it's below it, it's too low. You're running
Okay.
the risk of losing your engine like that.
Okay.
And if it's over full, you can have the car smoking.
All right, good. So dipstick and all, that's the second one. All
Now,
right, let's-
just to chip in something, there are some cars that don't carry dipsticks now.
Okay.
Very modern cars don't carry dipsticks, so you have to check that on the instrument cluster.
there's a
So
gauge there.
No, yeah, there's a gauge there, but it's
Okay.
digital.
That's what I'm saying. That digital gauge can
Yeah.
show you the level.
It will
of
show you the
of
level, but
engine
you
oil
need to go through your owner's manual to be able
to understand
use it.
how.
Yeah.
Yeah, to access the digital gauge. All right, move. All right. Let's
Next
move on,
thing
move on
will be
there.
the coolant.
Hmm.
This is also very
I
important.
know. Yeah, the coolant.
Without this, your car can overheat.
True.
So as a car owner in the morning, you want to make sure that it's at the full level.
There's also a gauge for that.
Yeah,
one.
there's also
almost
a gauge.
for
There's a
everything.
low level, there's a full level. So
Okay.
you always make sure it's at the full level. Anything below the full level, you're running the risk of having overheating on the car.
on the car. All right, so coolant.
And it's always important to use coolant, not water.
Some people they do hear what. We can't be putting water in that thing. Yeah.
Here in this country, it's common to see
It's
water.
common to see water, right?
But water would damage the interior parts of your cooling
And
system.
then I even know that some coolants, even like coolants, they have different levels of coolants. There
Yes,
are
you
some-
have antifreeze. And
Exactly.
The rest of
So
them.
don't go and just be using anything. Open inside there and you'll say thing. All right. Okay. So moving on from coolants.
The
what
next
else?
thing I'll be looking at is transmission fluid.
Hmm.
Most cars nowadays are
Transmission.
automatic. They are
Okay.
automatic cars.
Alright.
So you have a transmission dipstick here,
All right.
which I'm going to pull out now, just like your engine oil dipstick.
Okay. Yeah. This one has the sharp
Edges, yeah.
incision sort
So
of.
this top one here is the maximum. And then this also deals with hot and cold, because when your gear is cold, the engine is not running, you will not be able to gauge it correctly.
So you have to run it a bit.
You have to run the engine, have the car in drive, and then use your brake. So for that, you might need somebody else to help you. The car has to be in drive, the brake depressed, and then you come and gauge it. That's the only way
Okay.
you can get an accurate level. for
Reading of your transmission fluid. Now
Exactly.
that's quite something. Not so many people know about that. All right. Okay, I know the radiator should be next. Or
We've talked about
okay,
that. That
that's
has
the
to do
cooling
with the
system.
cooling
So
system.
the coolant
yeah.
also controls is linked to the radiator and all of that. All right. So
The
what
last
next
thing
now?
will be the wiper washer. We are gradually coming into the rainy season, so
Yes,
you're
we
going
are.
to need your wiper washer fluid. Imagine you're driving, somebody splashes you with dirty water. If you use your wipers alone without the fluid, you can scratch your glass.
True.
So you should have this fluid gauged at all times. It also has a gauge, but it's down there. You might
It's
not
down
be
there. You
able
might not
to
be able to
see
see
it.
it. Okay. So how do you ensure that it is at its optimal level?
When you're pouring water through the spout, you'll be able to see when
Just-
it gets to
just
the
see
gauge.
it,
You just
yeah,
see
just
that
see
when
it.
it gets to the gauge. And you're supposed to use liquid soap, not detergent.
Liquid soap.
Yes.
No, that mix. I know some
put
popular brand when I
detergent.
mix out. I don't on it inside.
When you put detergent in, over time, it starts clogging up the nozzle here.
All right, thank you very much. Wonderful tips. 5 tips that everyone can do. I know from next week we have other things that we'll talk about. But thank you
Exactly.
very much for this.
You're
All right, thank you
welcome.
very much. All right, okay, that's it. Our first debut episode, our debut episode of our car maintenance tips. Watch out for this every Monday. We'll have something different to teach you as a car owner.